Nilfgaard's crossed the Pontar in the east. Means war's coming.
War changes everything.
By order of the Hierarch, whosoever conceals a mage in their home shall burn alongside him or her.
Nilfgaard on one bank, Redania on the other, drooling over the city like dogs over a juicy bone.
We are at war, and she's in danger. You will find her and bring her to me.
She's a child of the Elder Blood.
Say now.
I've got to find Ciri.
And if you find her, the girl will die.
Our world will burn! Burn in the eternal fire!
Why are you helping her?
Because she's a danger, a mortal one, a power that can destroy the world.
You must find her, Geralt. Before the Wild Hunt does.
I will find her, or someone who knows what happened to her.
Who are you?
You know who I am.
A legend cannot be killed, can it?
The Wild Hunt will be here soon. They're coming for Ciri.
Hold them back!
I've long awaited this, and you, White Wolf.
Hello, happy Friday. Welcome to a bonus stream of The Witcher Wild Hunt 3, or Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, available now on the Xbox Store for $29.99 for the complete edition with the new next gen update. Hello, M317, Shih Tzu on you, John, and No Pulse. Welcome. The most awarded game of a generation, now enhanced for the next. Hello, Hero.
SMS received.
And I have never played The Witcher 3, so this is going to be new to me. And neither of the bots can find it. Get my ears.
SMS received.
And I have a cat. Hello, Mr. Cat. My headset not on? On. So this game boasts 78 achievements for 2,000 gamer score. Secret achievement. I will not be getting 2,000 gamer score on stream. Because, yeah, we know that ain't gonna happen. When's the giveaway? I don't have a giveaway for this. They only gave me one key. And hello, horror. Rescale HUD. Looks fine to me. This is not ID. 1900? Maybe. We'll go for 1899. We'll go right there. This game automatically saves your progress. Please do not turn off your console when this icon is displayed.
I see you gather before me. Hungry, terrified, clutching your babes to your breast. Emperor Emir has marched his legions into our lands, laid siege to every fortress from here to the Blue Mountains. Rabid and ravenous, he bites and bites away. Men of the North, you stand at the precipice. Your kings have failed you, so now you turn to the gods. And yet you do not plead. You do not kneel to dust your heads with ash. Instead you wail, why have the gods forsaken us? We must look into the trials we failed long ago. In a time past, our world intertwined with another through an upheaval scholars call the conjunction of the spheres. The gods allowed unholy forces to slip into our domain. The offspring of that cataclysm was the nefarious force called magic.
Magic.
Yet we did not banish it, instead studying the vile arcane for our own power and wealth. And the monsters at our door, the unholy relics of this conjunction. The trolls, the corpse eaters, the werewolves. Did we raise our swords against them? Or have we laid this burden on others? On so-called witches. Stray children taught the ways of foul sorcery, their bodies mutated through blasphemous ritual. Sent to fight monsters, though they could not distinguish good from evil. The flicker of humanity, long extinguished within them. Yes, their numbers have dwindled through the years. But a few still roam our lands, offering their bloody work for coin. To this day, they shame us with their very existence. The North bleeds!
Ooh, off with his head.
Flogged by war. The battles are the gods' whip, chastisement for our sins. And let us not forget the terrors, the scourges from beyond our world. The wild hunt rides the sky with every full moon. The Dark Raiders abduct our children into lands unknown. Some say they herald a second conjunction. Can we chart a course back into the light? Will we find the strength to banish the mages from our kingdoms? Unite around the warmth of the eternal fire. Nigh is the time of the sword and axe. None will fight this war in our stead. Nigh. It's the time of madness and disdain.
Hi, Bender. Okay, patch 4 highlights. Graphics mode. Explore the content using 2 graphical rendering options. Switch between quality mode, top visual fidelity, and the butter smooth 60 frames per second performance mode. New content. Experience a brand new quest, as well as armor, weapons, alternate outfits inspired by the Netflix Witcher series. Plus, discover an extra in-game goodie with my rewards. A thank you for supporting our work. Photo mode. Make your adventure one to never forget. Using photo mode, capture stunning landscape shots, artisty character portraits, thrilling action scenes, and more. Let your creativity run wild. Cross progression. Start your journey in one place and pick up in another. No portals necessary. Upload your save to cloud using your cog.com account. then loadlet seamlessly on another platform. That is amazing. Cross progression is a very nice feature. Integrated mods. We fully integrated some incredible community-made mods into the game, including 4K textures and models, highly detailed monsters, and more. Enjoy new quality of life improvements. These include dynamic UI customization, faster sign casting, an alternate default camera, as well as 2 tweaks to perform smoother, more modernized gameplay. Hey, to make The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt your favorite game as good as possible, we'd like to ask your permission to collect... I'm going to turn this off for now. I don't know if it's going to get into... Yes, I agree. Okay, nothing. My rewards? Alright, new game. Fresh start. New game plus. We're gonna go fresh start. We're gonna do some... We're not that insane. We're gonna go story and sword. Show tutorials, we will leave them on. Simulate Witcher 2 save. What? I don't know if I should do that or not. Ooh! Poor horse. Dude! I don't know if I've played Witcher 2. I have not. They look tired. Oh, my bathtub. Oh, we're starting off in the bath. Okay. Dude, close your legs, please. Bro, you got something crawling around in there.
You know I don't find that amusing.
What the hell is that? Looks like a face hugger. Casey, close your eyes.
It wasn't meant to amuse, but to prod you to hurry. It's midday already. You promised Ciri you'd train with her. Go before Vesemir bores her to death with those etchings.
Yeah, was I gonna hug something other than his face for sure. I don't know if I own... I don't think I own Witcher 2. It's on sale for $2.99.
Later then.
See you later.
Maybe I should pick it up. I didn't know there was this much nudity in the game. Oh, now I could do something. Welcome to the tutorial. This tutorial will introduce the game's core elements. I knew there was nudity, I just didn't know it was going to start off like that. I've never seen the beginning of this game. And I did get a High on Life code, so I will be streaming that on Ambassadors sometime in January. The minimap in the upper right will display shows your current location and surrounding area.
Nothing but silver.
Gold clashes with my complexion. You should know that.
See, I thought Ciri could stand to wait a little longer.
It's uninstructive, not to mention unreasonable.
I missed you. A lot.
And I missed you. But we'll have plenty of time to make up for that. Go and train with her, then come back. It'll give me a chance to put my face on.
Of all the women I've known, you're the only one who does that before.
You've known many.
What's it matter? Only ever thought of you. Got any clothes that aren't black or white?
Undergarments.
Undergarments. I don't want to put out the fire.
Lilac and gooseberries, of course.
Gooseberries.
Fingering my toiletries.
Stop fingering my toiletries. Wow. No fraffle today, boo. But you can pick this game up on sale for $29.99.
You're running out of juice.
I know. You might bring me some more once you're done training.
Shit. Mountain Pass is beautiful as ever.
Per Olkesh's tip on the last game, pushing the 2 sticks down brings up photo mode. That's cool. Screenshot saved. Let's see what the hashtag is. If I can see my screen. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Complete Edition. No Pulse's favorite. No signal. It's funny. OBS repicks up the signal before my monitor. How do I change between performance mode, effects volume, dynamic range, home cinema, TV speakers, headphones? Display. Graphics. We are on performance mode, quality mode. We'll do performance mode. Go to the lower level. We are on our way to the lower level. I'm the one that hates it the most. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't bother me. It's just... I wish it was quicker turning on and off HDR.
Old Witcher's fast asleep. Ciri's disappeared somewhere, of course.
Purple.
Guess she prefers practice to theory.
Hmm? What?
Time to wake up, Master. These lessons so boring they put you to sleep too.
Damn it. After taking notes on ghouls and owl ghouls, wanted to rest my eyes a bit.
Making her slog through that brick? No wonder she took off.
John of Bruges lacks flair, true, but he's reliable. Not like the hogwash they print nowadays. She's tackling the pendulums, right? How many times do I have to tell her? Don't train alone. It only embeds your errors. Bring our young damsel to the lower courtyard. She wants to practice, she'll get to practice.
Don't get mad at her.
Why the hell not? The whippersnapper refuses
Whippersnapper.
to do what she's told.
You like that about her.
Fine. I suppose I'm partly to blame. But this has to end. Now. Killing monsters is not something to be taken lightly. Ciri must understand that, if she's to become one of us. I'll see you below.
I would not pronounce Ciri as Siri.
Wrong. Now I see why you were so eager to practice. Strike. You're not in this circus. Pirouette. Wrong. Footwork.
Wrong.
Enough. Get down.
With a flip?
What do you think? All right. Take off the blindfold. You've got work to do. Your reflexes are still slow.
Maybe for a witcher.
Think drowners or striggers will go easy on you because you haven't undergone the mutations? Though in your shoes, I'd fear Vesemir more than any strigger. Disobeying his instructions? Unwise.
Well, yes, but that book was horribly dull.
I know. And you know that's no excuse.
I'm sorry. It won't happen again.
Better not. Vesemir said if it does, he'll make you eat a bowl of slugs.
Ew.
covered in salt.
You!
Exactly. So you'd best behave. Come on. We'll practice with the others down below.
Shall we run the walls?
Of course. This a Witcher school or an elven bathhouse?
Let's go to the Elven Bathhouse.
Maybe if you fall. What did I tell you about breathing? Through your mouth, in rhythm with your steps. Siri, cut it out.
Alright, so health meter came up, which means there is fall damage.
Run into trouble? Should I turn back and help you?
Hello, Sir Khalid. Welcome to the witch hunt.
First! Na 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 na.
They don't look happy.
Anything to say for yourself, young lady?
I'm very sorry, Uncle Vesemir.
Young blood craves action, I understand that. But when you fight a beast, knowledge counts as much as your silver sword. At the very least, you ought to be able to tell a ghoul from an owl ghoul.
By markings, like unto the Panthera tigris that in Zerrikania dwells, and by the sickly paleness of its visage.
So you did read the chapter. Still, you should have asked if...
But you were asleep, Uncle Vesemir.
Don't try to weasel your way out of this.
A witcher must know how to trick his opponent. You said so yourself.
Might have. But don't use my words of wisdom on Vesemir, got it? That's playing with fire.
Fine, we've talked enough. Geralt, you're with me, Lambert with Eskel, Ciri with the dummy.
Again?
Stop groaning and grab a sword. What do you think? Should we start by reviewing the fundamentals or go right to free training?
Free training. Alright, let's do the fundamentals.
Should work on the basics. Even skilled masters need to hone the fundamentals, and Ciri's barely a novice.
Draw your sword, Geralt.
Witchers must be prepared to fight. Press R to select or deselect a target. Oh, it'd help if I push.
1, 2, 3. Strong strikes now. Give it all you got. Lock your elbow when striking. Dodge.
Position, Ciri. Footwork. Remember.
I don't know. Probably not.
For this shit. Parry. Ciri, see how Geralt holds his sword? It's angled.
What am I supposed to parry? Fighting a stupid dummy.
Pretend now, live later. Riposte. Strike. Counter strike.
Maybe a storm's coming.
On attack. Haha.
Your jugular.
Hey, I pushed it.
Come on, come closer.
My timing is not good. There it goes.
Bring the day to a close. We'll go over a
Press left bumper to open the attack quick access menu.
Come on, Ciri. The Gwen is sometimes called the Witcher's Shield. Now watch carefully to see why.
It's 66 here.
Cast Ignite.
Minus
I
12.
want to see sparks fly. If not for the Gwen sign, I'd be aflame by now. All right, Geralt, come on. See that, Ciri? Ard will knock anyone or anything off balance.
Shut up and fight.
Time for Axie. Yeah, I hate this feeling. Axie can really muddle the mind. Burden now. Show her, Geralt. See this, Ciri? Couldn't move if I wanted to. Throw a bomb. Don't worry, Ciri. Gwen will dampen the blow.
Yeah. I'm having fun jumping over the arrows. Alright, stand there. Hold RB to aim at one of the highlighted training posts. The combat tutorial is now over. If you want, you can continue with training.
Fine. Enough. Continue training at will. Who's...
Dude, he attacked me after I put my sword away. That was rude. Off with his head.
really showed him, kid.
Ciri, get down here.
A little she-devil. Soon as she's back, we'll set her to polishing all the swords at Kaer Morhen.
Find that helmet? Ciri? I'll make sure to find every last blade for you. What the?
That dummy's seen better days.
Vesemir.
I've long awaited this, and you, White Wolf.
No!
May 7th, 1272. That was a long time ago.
You all right?
Had a nightmare.
About?
Take forever to explain.
Dawn's some way off. We've got time.
Started in the guest room at Kaer Morhen. I was relaxing in a tub, and next to me,
Triss?
Yennefer. Funny, isn't it?
Yennefer.
She's never been there. Seemed so real in my dream, though.
Was she nagging you about something? True to life, indeed. We'll find her.
In the dream, I went and found Ciri. Then we trained.
Those were the days. Little she-devil.
She-devil.
I've trained kids who were faster, stronger, but none had her character. Didn't end well, did it? Your dream?
Nope.
No. A wild hunt appeared, attacked Ciri. I couldn't move, stood there like a stump.
It was just a dream.
That's the problem. It was more. In the past, when Ciri'd appear in my dreams, something was wrong. She was in danger.
We taught her how to defend herself from anything, wraiths included.
Be dawning soon. Time to go.
Be dawning soon.
Wait. Show me the letter from Yennefer. Might have overlooked some hint in there.
Didn't overlook anything. We were meant to meet in Willoughby. That's what she wrote. Meanwhile, one army or another burned the village to the ground. All we can do is follow her trail, so...
Stop talking for a minute and give me the letter.
Hello, Mr.
Does
Coolness.
smell the violet in
We're gonna read it, not sniff it.
I must read it. Soon. Willoughby near Grissom. Nothing else to guide us there. What's this postscript? I still have the unicorn?
Those are weird answers.
That's private. Very private.
Aha, I understand. At least I think I do. Maybe not entirely, but perhaps that's for the best.
Back on topic. How's it look? How far behind Yennefer are we?
2 or 3 days. Trail's fresh, but it looks like it leads towards the main road. Could be muddled there. Wait, hear that?
I hear it. I smell it. Ghouls.
Nice, we get to fight. Monsters! Monsters are shown with a silver health bar above their heads, indicating that you should fight them with your silver sword. Okay.
Ugly bastard.
Oh, I should lock on.
Come on!
Striking opponents generates adrenaline points. Certain abilities can acquire to allow you to perform special attacks that require and consume adrenaline points.
Of course, when armies pass, necrophages follow.
You can generate vitality by eating or drinking by meditating for at least 1 hour. Oof. While playing on the Blood and Broken Bones and Death March difficulty levels, meditation does not regenerate vitality. Food and drink can be placed in your consumables. Venom extract. Ghoul's blood.
Ever tell you about this sorcerer I knew?
Witchers spend most of their time on the
Useful as
road.
creatures.
Double press. Okay.
Because you can brew potions from their blood.
No, because by eating rotting corpses, they prevent epidemics.
Did he know they eat the living as well?
No, really upset him too. His theory collapsed.
War is not exactly going our way.
We have a side.
The Northern Realms.
Radovid's realms, don't you mean? Temeria and Edirn are no more.
Radovid's pledged to restore the old borders. Seems he'd win the war.
Believe that?
Gotta believe something.
Yes, hi, Mr. Cadillac. Welcome back. Some time later.
Help me! Help!
That's gross. Oh, it's taking the dang horse carcass. Good evening to you, sub. Moobot likes M317 today. It's looking good.
Has it gone?
Yeah. Come out.
I should turn on my performance
God, that was close.
monitor.
I was sure I'd end up like my mare. Provided you got lucky.
Your horse died quickly, but griffins like to toy with their prey. Eat it, alive, piece by piece.
You'd like a reward, I suppose.
You don't owe us anything. You were in need. We helped.
And they call witches heartless. Say they won't lift a finger without pay.
They also say mice are born of rotting straw.
My monitor says
Back
it's
to the trail.
running at
Like I
60.
said, leads to the main road and ends there, muddled. You seek someone?
Yes, a woman. Medium height, long black hair. Seen anyone like that?
No. But there's an inn here in White Orchard. Sole one around. Gets its share of travelers. Perhaps you'll learn something there. Besides, the innkeep's my cousin. Tell her Bram sent you. She'll treat you like family.
Not a bad idea. Especially since that wound needs cleaning.
Beast barely grazed me. But sure, could use a good rye. Nice and cool, you know, straight from a cellar.
Let's go.
It's but a scratch. A flesh wound. But as I was saying, the monitor says it's running at 60 frames a second. It looks smooth. Get dizzy doing that. Oh, you don't have to. Nice.
So, a griffin this close to the village? Strange.
My thoughts exactly. In the forest or the mountain, sure, but here? Near the main road.
Maybe it's the war. Corpses everywhere, the stench of blood, burnt flesh. Drives monsters crazy sometimes.
Men, too. We need to watch ourselves in White Orchard. And we should leave as soon as we learn anything.
You're nearing a village. Don't disturb the peace. Remember, town guards are hired. Watchmen won't tolerate theft and also won't look kindly on you accosting others. Local residents often erect notice boards near settlements such as villages and cities. These are marked with that on your map. Examine them, learn about characters, work for witchers, and local happenings. Silly sub. Hi, Cadillac. Where's the tavern? Yes, my kind of place. Boo, I read about that, aquarium in Germany today. That's crazy.
What? Take that down before there's trouble.
That is a coat of arms, the Temerian lilies. They've a right to hang there.
This ain't Temeria no more, old man. It's Nilfgaard now.
My arse it is.
Witches?
I'll not drink with Weaverlaw's freaks.
Beg your pardon for those thugs.
No need. We're used to it.
Folk are jumpy round here. Armies just passed through. Now a griffin's prowling about.
On the road again.
Already had the pleasure. Ran into your kinsman, Bram.
Bram? How is he?
Alive. Sends his regards.
Master Witchers. Food and drink on the house. What can I get you?
Options marked. That will open the shop panel.
Show me what you got behind the counter.
Yes, Cadillac. Oh, we're not gonna buy anything.
There a contract on that griffin?
Nay, not at the moment. Used to be. Soon as a beast had built a nest nearby, the alderman would start a collection, or go to the Lord for help. Now the aldermen don't use the privy without asking the Black One's permission first. And it seems they hanged the Lord. So no contract.
Shame. We might have done something, but not for free.
Pretty busy place you got.
Hello,
Nations on the
nighttime.
move. Some search for kin, others just want to get out of the way of the armies. They all need food, drink, and a night's rest in warmth.
So, war's been good for your trade?
Aye, so far. But it'd be best to know peace again. Times like these, you never know what tomorrow will bring.
Looking for a woman. Raven-haired, violet eyes, dresses in black and white. Riding in from Willoughby. And, strange as it sounds, lilac and gooseberries might have smelt that.
I've not seen nor smelt such a lady. Believe I'd remember.
Yeah, especially hard to forget this one.
Plenty of travellers about, though. Folk from all over. Might be worth your while to ask after her.
Dialogue ending conversations. Okay.
Thanks for everything.
Cat. Can we pet the cat? Can we drink a beer?
Help you bandage that up?
Please. I'm not decrepit yet.
Then I'll ask about Yennefer.
Mm-hmm. Just remember, we'd rather not draw any attention.
Black One's been out measuring the fields.
Let him measure. Better that than burning the harvest.
Drommel. Drommel, you're dumber than a headless cockerel. Why are they marking out them lines, eh? To parcel out their patrimony. Give it to their own.
Once more, there are
Oh, the cat doesn't like me.
four factions, teams, suits, similar to clubs and spades, except each suit has its own face cards. There are also special cards.
Wouldn't you rather play war? It's like to be near dawn before you get your game in my noggin.
Looking for a woman.
Like everyone.
Who isn't?
Not like everyone. And not just any woman. Mine smells of lilac and gooseberries, dresses in black and white.
2 schnapsies. It'll lift your spirits.
Fine, I'll have a drink.
Mm.
Can we cut to the chase? You seen her or not?
Yennefer of Vengerberg.
Ooh, he knows her.
Never mentioned her name.
Yet you described her perfectly. And once I hear something, I never forget. Can't help it.
What do you do? Who are you?
Who are you?
A mangy vagrant. Gaunter O'Dim, at your service.
Vagrant. That a profession now?
once a merchant of mirrors. The madding crowd dubbed me Master Mirror, or the Man of Glass.
How do you know Yennefer?
What a question. Master Dandelion's ballads, of course. The only way a humble merchant might hope to rub up against greatness. Unless, that is, he's as lucky as I am.
And runs into a very patient witcher.
Into Geralt of Rivia himself, the Butcher of Blaviken.
Right, I'm gonna be right back. Have to hit the restroom. And I am back. Guess who's back? Back again. Alienware looks expensive. It's just overpriced Dell. Remember, Dell bought Alienware.
Recognize me from Master Dandelion's ballads too?
To your health.
You seen Yennefer?
Deepest apologies, but I must ask. Is this about love?
None of your business.
Yes. As a vagrant, I deserve no explanation.
What do you know? Tell me.
Before you appeared, it never occurred to me that might have been Yennefer. Who would have thought?
Get to the point.
An Nilfgaardian scout from the local garrison saw her.
Where?
At their camp. She rode in there. Dark of night. Black and white. Gooseberries and... Yes, I know. Had a terse exchange with the garrison commander and raced off.
Where to?
I'm not omniscient. Ask at the garrison.
Thanks.
We men of the road must stick together. Perhaps one day I'll be in trouble and you'll be nearby to help.
Quest updated. Ask the Nilfgaardians about Yennefer. Ah, there was a commercial. I hit the button for that. But yes, Alienware is kind of expensive. Personally, I don't have any Alienware. My laptop is a Lenovo.
Yes? What is it, Wolf?
Realize it's been half a year since we hunted down that fiend in Varun?
Yes, though that was more than a fiend. What was that bastard's name? Drugan? May the soil lie light upon him. Things used to be simpler, Monsters were bad, humans good. Now, everything's all confused.
Used to be exactly the same. You've just forgotten.
Well, not to point up my age. You're near a century old yourself.
See you later, Vesemir.
That cat is annoying. Peasant. That's funny. Locked? Huh. How do I get out?
Done drinking?
Mm-hmm.
Then fuck off.
Language, young
Want your
man.
kind here.
I only had one. Options marked with a triangle will make use of the Axis sign. This sign influences people's minds, causing them to act according to your will. To charm more stubborn individuals who will otherwise resist during a conversation, invest in the delusion ability in the character panel. You can never find the door either.
Better round up someone else to help. 3 of you don't stand a chance against me.
Well, I could fuck you up by myself.
If I had a bag over my head and my hands tied behind... Actually, no, not even then.
Shit, Lesh, back off. I'll teach this vagrant a lesson. Man on freak.
Ever fight a witcher?
Dude, horse, move out of my way.
Nice meeting you.
Have him fall into the horse poop. Your game state will be automatically saved when you reach certain milestones in the story. Still, you should save your progress early and often on your own. The world is full of predators, bloodthirsty beasts, bandits, and countless other dangers like frickin' chickens. We can call him whatever you want. Where do I have to go?
So it were. Except it was some drowner that had supped on the kid. Witcher had naught to do with it. What did the folk do? Seemed like they could have sewed his head back on. Looking for trouble.
Can't do anything to the chicken.
Louts. Goidemar, will you raise a glass with me?
It's Durban now.
Damn, dear, strip the bark off the trees again.
D-E-R-V-A-N, not Goidemar.
What do you mean? I know what they named you at your cutting. What kind of name is that anyway? Durban. Ilfgar.
What's that? We're not gonna loot. It said don't loot. We'll pick berries, though. You have a horse to come to you. Okay, fine. Yes, don't get caught.
Hey there.
Get the loot booty. It's not going where my maps tell me to go. Horse's fear level. Boom, 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 boom. New marker, guarded treasure. Whoa, 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 whoa. If a fight proves too difficult, you can flee and live. Well, I'm not going to do that. Ooh, wolf's liver. That sounds delicious. Poor horse. Alright, we're on the road again. And no achievements yet. They're doing push-ups.
The Emperor shall guide us straight to London.
Barbarians. Military camp. No locals allowed without the express consent of the garrison commander.
I look like a local to you?
You look like trouble.
Dead wrong. I make trouble go away. I'm a witcher.
A witcher? Captain Peter Sagwin Levy is in the tower. Turn right, past the gate.
Guessing your captain's got work for me.
This is the army, Nordling. There is no guessing.
To the tower. Go.
How much grain will your village give?
Whatever you say, Your Excellency.
Look at my hands. Look. See the calluses?
Get to the
These
chopper.
are not the hands of an excellency, but of a farmer. So we speak peasant to peasant. How much can you give?
40 bushels. There'd be more, sir, but our lads, the Temerians,
Yes.
they took from us earlier and...
You will give 30, and that will do. Let us settle on it, and I wish to see the transport soon.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you kindly.
We liked the show. It was good.
Only the Elderman and the smith, Willis. But it is said he is a dwarf. You are too tall to be him.
Very perceptive of you. Geralt of Rivia, Witcher.
Vatgern. This explains why I did not hear your footsteps. What do you seek here?
Yennefer of Vengerberg. Where was she headed?
That is a military secret.
Haven't thrown me out yet. Haven't called the guards. So go ahead. What's your price?
There is a griffin in the area.
slay it, and then I shall see what I can do.
It's a deal. Some questions before I start. Know where the griffin has its lair?
It kept to the Vulpine Woods at first. I sent a patrol there, 5 young men. A hunter found them 2 days on. They only recognized them because they wore our plate. Since then, the griffin has grown bold. Attacks in villages, fields, on the main road.
Meaning it's abandoned its lair. Gonna have to set a trap.
I judge from your tone this will not be easy. What do you require?
We could use some more information.
Need more information about this griffin. Its sex. Why it's abandoned its lair.
Shall I bring you witnesses?
They won't say anything I don't already know. I need to go where your men died. Look around. What's the name of the hunter who found them?
Mislav. He has a hut south of the village, very near the wood. Helpful fellow. A little strange, though.
I'll need bait. A specific herb. Buckthorn. Scent should lure
Make
the
him pay
griffin
half
from
up
10
front.
miles off.
Buckthorn? I do not know this. But I am not yet fluent in the common tongue.
Probably mastered the basics, though. Hands up. Kill them.
No. First came idioms. Don't play with fire, for example. Go to Tomira, an herbalist. She lives near the crossroads. She will aid you.
So long.
Tamira and Mislav. Thanks.
Es sunt jagten.
Good hunting to you as well. Your current quest has more than one objective. You could choose which objective is tracked by pressing R. Craftsmen can craft a variety of items for you for a small fee, of course. Blacksmiths can forge weapons, armories make armor. If you find a crafting diagram, take it to a craftsman with the right type and skill level to have them craft the item for you. Use special grindstones to temporarily enhance your weapons. Doing so grants bonus to the damage dealt by your weapon. They collect everything. I'm not gonna loot. Once discovered, signposts allow you to fast travel directly from one location to another. Nice. I have no other fast travels. Jeez, I have a long way to go. Where's my horse? Hey, there it is.
Giddy up.
This place doesn't look like it would smell too good. Move! They should move out of a horse's way.
Master Witcher,
am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. The horse won't go around that. That's funny. I like that it stays on the path. Oh, it's going all crazy though. As I say that, it gets off course.
Faster.
Anyone home?
Must be out hunting. Trail's fresh. Mislav just left home. You, Mislav?
Shh. Hear that?
Wolves? No. Wild dogs.
Yes. More dangerous than wolves.
Dogs more dangerous than wolves? Don't think so.
It's the truth. Know why?
No, but I guess you're about to tell me.
Wolves hunt to fill their bellies. Wild dogs kill for sport.
Just like humans.
Aye. They've learned much from us. Why not cruelty too?
I'm hunting bigger game. The Nilfgaardians the Griffin killed. Where'd you find them?
Ah, I see. You a witcher. That monster slayer they's talking about in the village. I'll show you, sure. But, I gotta kill those mutts before they hurt someone. Will you help? That is, if you don't mind blunting your silver blades on them.
Why not?
Sure. Griffin's not going anywhere.
No. Dogs might, though. So step careful now. Come on.
These dogs been a problem for a while now.
Since the war started, soldier on the march, he'll stop to rape a woman, strangle her, kill her man for a chuckle, even butcher a cow. But a dog, a kick in passing, no more. So these stray mutts form packs. They're gaunt, guts stuck to their spines, covered in scabies, but they just won't die.
Gross.
Never. More so than foxes. Too late. Attacked another one.
Come on.
Always loot the dead bodies. Ooh.
Dieter.
You know him?
We served at the Lord's Manor together, where the Black Army's encamped now. He was a stable hand, I was the Lord's hunter. But that was before. Well, a long time ago.
Before what?
Before they drove me from the village.
What did you do?
Nothing. I'm a freak. Sorry. I'd rather not talk about it.
I'm a freak too.
Aye, but of another kind.
If it's lycanthropy, I can help.
What?
Lycanthropy. Werewolves. Handled a few cases in the past. It's usually a simple curse
The
that...
Lord's son, Florian, and I, we loved each other. Dieter walked in on us in the stables. They drove me away. Florian hanged himself. Lord started drinking, and the estate fell into ruin. That's the long and short of it.
I'm sorry.
Ancient history now. I was to show you where I found the Nilfgaardians. Come.
Griffin, know anything about it?
Not much. It's not my kind of game.
You're his kind, though. Survival instincts alone ought to make you care.
I walk silent through the woods. No griffin can hear me nor spy me.
Can I kill the rabbit? Cannot attack this target. Rude. Killed a rabbit, killed a rabbit. It's hunting, it's rabbit season. No, it's duck season. Rabbit season, duck season.
"'Twas here. One lay there, by the stump, headless. The other hung from a branch, guts splayed, stretching down to...
Very, very quiet.
I'll be fine. Not the first griffin I've dealt with. Not likely to be the last either.
Hope you're right. Good hunting now.
Nilfgaardians were celebrating. Griffin interrupted them. A camp. Ground's black, saturated with blood.
I'm not seeing anything else. I'm in the site. nothing else to examine. Raw meat. There we go.
These prints are older and deeper, heavily armored. Nilfgaardians, probably.
Okay, you can get stung.
Griffin's nest. What remains of it, at least. Corpse is a couple of weeks old. Still alive when the griffin brought him here.
Gross.
Took a long time dying. Female. Larvae in her wounds have already hatched. Been dead at least a week. Other griffin must be a male. Deep cuts over the whole body. Not a drop of blood on the beak or claws. Didn't defend herself. Crept up on her while she slept. Beak tips worn. Gray hairs in the coat. 10, 12 years old. Griffins pair off for life when young. Male must be about the same age. Thick shaft, dense barbs. A royal griffin. Explains why the male I ran into was so aggressive. Hunted the Nilfgaardians down here in the forest first, then started prowling the area.
You've gained an ability point. Nice.
Bones. Horse, dog, human. A few months' worth.
When you have gained a certain number of experience points, you'd advance to the next level. Abilities color indicates which branch it belongs to. Oh, where was I? Character. We got our first ability. Close. Alright, so now I need my horse. And we need to go
That's it, Roach.
this way. That is kind of funny, but yes.
Medallion's humming. Place of power. It's gotta be.
It does kind of feel like crime scene.
Come on, Roach.
Where are we going?
Freak.
Don't call me a freak. Was
bad time.
Barge
Not
in.
at all. Hand me the beggar tickets. The red bloom. Well, one versed in herbs.
Probably saying too much, but I know a bit. For instance, that beggar tick's poisonous.
In large doses. Small ones soothe pain and bring forth pleasant dreams.
Nice.
Which is all I can hope to do for her.
Griffin do that to her?
Delina. Yes. Attacked her at night. She was walking in the woods.
At night? Through the woods? In wartime?
Meeting a boy. The young, do foolish things for love.
Mm.
Wounds are healing, but she will die. Blood's pooling in her skull. Nothing my bruise can do to help.
Could try to help her with one of my potions. Swallow can heal internal hemorrhages.
But
Witcher's potions aren't for humans.
she'll die as it is.
Yes, a peaceful death soothed by your concoctions. If I give her Swallow and something goes wrong, the whole village will hear her screams.
I understand. Do as you will.
Looking for buckthorn. Know if it grows anywhere around here?
Bottom of the river, where the channel's widest. But you do know that once out of the water...
It'll stink worse than a week-old carcass. Counting on it. I'm hunting the griffin. Need the buckthorn for bait.
I was thinking... A few years ago we had trouble, drowners under the bridge. Whole village had to pitch in for a witcher. Who now can afford the bounty on a griffin's head?
Captain Peter Sars... something.
Ah, good to know the Black One's looking out for our welfare.
Nilfgaard values one thing. Order. Griffin's disturbing that. It's gotta go.
Yes. First they'll tend to the monsters, then to the folk.
Not from here, are you? A lot of bitterness in you. Too much for someone who's spent her life in a hut in the middle of nowhere.
True. And you're in a hurry. Elsewise you'd not use bait, just wait for the griffin to attack again.
Believe we could have an interesting conversation.
Maybe next time.
When one of your quests is updated, a notification will appear on the left side of the screen. If you are not currently tracking the updated quest, you can press R to start tracking it. Oh, she's alive.
Faster.
Not tracking this mission though. Can I go in the water? No. Now we're swimming. Just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. Hold X to dive or B to swim towards the surface. Oh, I did a flip.
Done all I could. Should talk to Vesemir.
What else is underwater? Yeah, but it said you just push down on the right stick and it should track it. I mean, it's tracking it, but it didn't show on the map where to go. Swim. Yeah, I know it's the yellow dot, but it used to show white dots too. It just wasn't showing that. Lots of treasure underwater. Who would have thought?
The plague!
We're just out for a swim. Now it's showing the dots.
Not so fast, Roach.
Goidemar, will you raise a glass with me? It's Durban now.
Slow now. Whoa.
Goose.
Good lad, Master Witcher. Though he...
Yes, yes. This boy, will he venture out to inspect his grain anytime soon?
What for? Harvest is a long way off yet.
Yes. What is it, Wolf?
got good news and bad news. Good news first. Captain of the Nilfgaardian garrison knows where Yennefer went.
And the bad's that we have to kill the Griffin for him. What else could he want from two Witchers? Go on. Tell me what you know.
Griffin's abandoned its lair. Gotta make a lure, set a trap.
And how's that going?
Got the buckthorn.
Ought to work like a charm. Powerful scent.
More like stench.
City boy. Rotting meat, manure, piss. Standard smells of the countryside. Remember Tredegor? Hunting that Zoogle in the trash heap? You spent half the next day bathing, scrubbing yourself.
How can I forget? You ever gonna stop bringing that up? Learned some things. It's a male, had its nest in the Vulpine Woods. The Nilfgaardians burned the woods down, killed its mate, smashed their eggs. Thought they'd fixed things.
It's always the same. Instead of sending for a professional, they try to do it themselves, only end up making matters worse. Fine. If everything's ready, say the word and we'll get to work.
I'm ready. No point in waiting. Let's find a good spot to ambush it.
Picked one out already. Other side of the stream. There's fields and a grove. Plenty of room and far enough so no one will get in our way.
Good. Meet you there.
Prepare to fight. Thunderbolt. Thunderbolts and lightning, very, very frightening. Where's Thunderbolt? Thunderbolt. Craft the item. In order to use it during gameplay, it must first be equipped in the inventory panel. Oh, you can push X to see what it looks like. Hold the trigger. Damage. Alright, so that sword is better. Interesting. Oos. How far are we going? Yeah, I enjoyed Geralt in The Witcher.
A stream, amber waves of grain. Charming place. Perfect for an ambush.
I know how to choose 'em. So, ready?
We could start.
Let's start. Wind's good. Bait's scent will spread quickly.
Now all we have to do is wait. Come on. We can cower in the shade of those birches.
So tell me, once we find Yennefer, what'll you do? Got your eye on a contract?
No. I'll go to Kaer Morhen.
Little early to settle in for the winter.
Snows are a way off, yes. And that's what worries me. Nilfgaard's crossed the Pontar in the east. Puts them maybe a week's march from Kaer Morhen. If they reach the valley before snows can cover the passes, well, we need to cover our tracks, hide our paths. Speaking of winter and wintering...
Winter is coming.
Think you'll come this year?
Maybe. Might bring a guest.
Hear that? It's close.
Let's go give it a warm welcome.
Wait. Take this.
Ooh, nice.
A crossbow.
Won it in a card game while you ran around. Might come in handy.
How about that? Always lectured us on the evils, but you're a gambler yourself.
Stop talking. Got a griffin to kill. Watch out. It's about to die.
Gonna hang your head from my saddle.
Wasn't trying to meditate.
It's fast.
Damn.
That was weird. You have multiple items in your pockets. You can switch between them by pressing R.
Don't let it get away.
Come back here. Dude, we angered it. I didn't call for my horse. I'm trying to run. Dude, it's hard to hit with the crossbow. Oh, fall. Come on. Oh, I pushed dodge. Yikes. I'm dead. Okay, at least that's not that bad. Fairly recent save. Whatever that stuff is, we'll just pick it up. Oh, he's almost dead. Nice.
Not bad. Not bad. Though you could stand to improve some things.
For example?
Upward vertical strike. It's too obvious. But more on that later. Take the Griffin's head to the Black Ones. I'll ready our horses. Meet me at the inn.
I'd use the sword to cut the head off, not the knife. Gross. And we're just gonna leave this giant carcass here.
Let's go.
Magic. A place of power.
There's guys hanging up there.
Faster.
Dang, they're still doing push-ups? Dude, horse, get out of my way. Can I take this off? Guess I'd leave it on there.
What the hell is this?
Right.
You take me for a blind man or a fool? This grain is rotten.
No, I didn't know.
So, a fool. Damn it, you never learn. Military Codex, Article 2, Section 3. For the delivery of defective goods, 15 lashes with a knout.
Make it so.
Ouch.
No, no, no! By the gods, no!
15 lashings. Yikes.
What?
Guess you've dropped your good uncle act.
It was no act. I extended a hand to these people. They spat on it.
Could it be because it held the sword that killed their loved ones?
Tja, a moralist. And what would you do in my stead?
Wouldn't ever be in your stead.
Tell me why you've come.
Fulfilled my end of the bargain. Your turn. Where'd Yennefer go?
To Vizima.
She was a day's ride from here the whole time? Under my nose? Might have said so.
Yes, I might have. But you would not have killed the griffin. Tit for tat.
Tit for tat.
Halt! We are not done. It's yours, this gold. I would not want you to say you were inadequately compensated.
Some dialogue demands you make a quick decision. Choose your reply before time runs out. We will take the coin. Prepare to leave White Orchard.
Freak, is it true?
Where's the exit? This way. No achievement yet. That is rude. Oh, I still have the griffin's head on my horse. Now I gotta meet him at the inn. Where's the inn? Oh, jump. Oh, horse, come on.
That's it, Roach.
We'll just go through the bushes. Who needs a road? Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Complete Edition. Hashtag that. No signal. Move out of my way. Alright, all kinds of side quests. Geralt has learned from experience to keep a close eye on his surroundings. Yes. Ah, the goose ran in there. That's funny.
Yennefer's in Vizima. Got a few friends there, so Something wrong?
Look around. Trouble brewing.
And the duck is dancing back there. That is really funny. All right, we're back. Yeah, that is really funny.
Who are they?
Patriots, drinking their 7th round for Temeria. Fist starting to itch.
Don't see any Nilfgaardians.
They'll find another foe. I'll buy some provisions for the journey, then we'll go. Geralt, we should stay out of it, just this once.
What happened to the lilies?
Took him down.
Took them down to hang a golden sun there now.
I cannot show Temerian colours.
Oh, what an idiot!
Maybe it's true what they say. You fond of the Imperials? You Nilfgaard's whore?
Yes, I would. Started.
You'll let that pass? I know grief eats at your heart.
You know shit. They hang my
That's
sister
not my
and
Witcher.
dragged her out the cloister like a dog. Said Nilfgaard's no place for superstition. That they don't fear the wrath of the gods. And you, do you fear it?
That's me.
Not for Annie, your child would have choked on its navel string. You owe your son to my sister
go!
attending to the birth, and you don't fear the gods' wrath.
Same.
You don't fear it, you cunt!
Ooh.
Leave me be!
Recognize this medallion? You know what it means. Back off.
You all right?
They say witches steal young'uns. That true? What the Emperor promised you freaks? Your own land? Like he did the elves once?
Get out, all of you.
We ain't going nowhere. And neither are you.
They won't back down now.
I can see that.
SMS received.
Ooh! Chopped his head off. Whew.
It's all right. It's over.
Leave me be! Get away!
See his face! God save us!
Be gone, and don't ever come back.
They started it.
So much for not getting involved. Come on, let's go.
started.
Yennefer. Of course.
Excuses, excuses. You've not changed a bit.
Yen? How?
I received a report about a witcher who'd appeared in White Orchard. I knew it was you, looking for me.
Of
I might
course.
have waited until you found me, but... well, you know me. Patience has never been my strong suit. It's... good to see you, Geralt. I'd even embrace you. Were you not covered in blood?
Sorry. Wasn't expecting to see you. To be honest, this isn't at all how I imagined we'd meet.
Her eyes are purple in this too.
You didn't imagine you'd have a Nilfgaardian escort. Don't get me wrong, Yennefer. I'm glad to see you. But I do think you owe us an explanation.
And I shall provide it. In Vizima. Ready your horses.
I mean, of course, the show was made after this.
Spent the last 6 months in the saddle. Haven't seen you for 2 years. Can we take a moment?
Sadly, we cannot. Someone awaits you, Geralt. Someone who doesn't like to be kept waiting.
Ciri.
Emperor Emir var Emrys.
Oh.
Or, to those on more intimate terms with him, the white flame dancing on the graves of his foes.
Doubt I number among that group. Far as I remember, last time we saw each other, he wanted to kill me.
Well, now he wishes to make you an offer.
The kind one can't refuse?
I didn't, though I could have.
It looks good. I'm running in performance mode, so I'm getting 60 frames per second. My monitor says that. It hasn't dropped.
Must have been a damn good offer then. Not many things you'd give up your freedom for, and even fewer people.
The sooner we set off, the sooner you'll find out.
What about you?
I'm going in the opposite direction. I somehow doubt the Emperor's
A drink.
invitation mentioned
Yennefer.
me.
Her purple eyes are
Sounds like
hot.
things to do at Kaer Morhen, remember?
Yeah, I remember. Thanks for your help, Vesemir. See you soon.
At least it wasn't up when they were
Swift.
nude.
Can't complain. Why do you ask?
I'd like to be back behind some thick city walls as soon as possible.
Well, that's when I got up to go to the restroom, because I was walking around. Live long and prosper. So is that basically the tutorial? And there goes our first achievement. They live long.
You know, I had a dream about you recently.
Knowing you, it was probably filthy.
Just the beginning. But then...
But then...
Nazgul.
Yennefer, how'd they...
We shall talk of this tomorrow, all right? After the audience.
This bard's tale begins near White Orchard, with my dear friend Geralt of Rivia seeking his lover of yore, the sorceress Yennefer. She'd eluded him for years, but now seemed just a few steps ahead. After many trials and tribulations, Geralt finally learned that Yen was in nearby Vizima.
Here you go, Ima. Casey, don't look.
It must suffice.
Thinkamir cares if I'm clean.
The gentleman will refer to His Imperial Majesty by his full title or not at all. The gentleman will be seated on the bergère.
The what now?
In that chair.
Is he gonna dry off?
Please shave the gentleman's sideburns to half an inch.
Was half an inch even a measurement back then?
What's wrong with my beard? Always thought it added to my dignity.
It does. Yet it also detracts from your elegance. In Nilfgaard, we consider beards hard on the eyes. Especially beards infested with lice.
Ew.
Rode a while. Fine, do your thing.
Tilt your head back, please, and sit still.
Lice on your beard. Oh my god, that's gross.
And prepare to answer some questions.
General, I am not certain this is the appropriate time.
I can't think of a better time. Men turn honest when they feel a blade at their throat. Morvran Voris, commander of the Alba division. Before they
Of
take you in to
lice
see the Emperor,
and men.
there's some information I need you to verify. It's a formality, but one that must be seen to.
Sure. Paperwork's gotta be in order.
So, Geralt of Rivia. Place of birth unknown, parents unknown, age unknown. All insignificant details. Let us proceed to more recent events. The siege of La Valette Castle. The fate of the defending commander, one Arian.
We fought on opposing sides, true. Then we landed in the same dungeon. Arian escaped, set fire to the castle on his way out.
So that is how the blade started. Our reports suggested the dragon was responsible. Moving on. You then found shelter in charming Flotsam, and from there made your way to Vergen. My question is how?
I left Flotsam with Yorvith, commander of a Scoia'tael unit.
A slayer of monsters and a slayer of men. You forge interesting alliances.
Something tells me my most interesting is yet to come. Go on, next question, before my beard grows back in.
We shall shave you again if it does. Very well. The infamous summit at Loch Muin. You were there. And once again meddled in the affairs of the mighty.
The mighty had imprisoned Triss Marigold. Ought to know I care about her, and I tend to rescue those I care about.
And so you did, handing Radovid control of the Conclave and Council of Mages in the process.
Nilfgaard recently started a war, unprovoked. So do us both a favor and stop moralizing.
The gentleman must sit still. I'm almost done.
I'm afraid I might find that difficult. Because, from what I know, shortly afterwards you watched a defective megascope blow your friend Sheila de Tanserville to bits.
I watched her get in the megascope, but ultimately freed her from the trap your man Letho of Gullet had set. Write that down. I want to be sure that the orders can work.
Well, national interest calls on one to forge difficult alliances at times.
Hello, Jordan.
Alliances with witches included.
Welcome to The Witcher.
That an ongoing alliance? What's Letho up to?
I had hoped you would answer that question.
Ah, so Letho's hiding from you. Must have a good reason. Was there a shift in national interest that might have caused that? I don't know where he is. Wouldn't tell you if I did anyway. Blade or no blade to my throat.
I believe that is all. Your signature, please, affirming you stated the whole truth and nothing but the truth on pain of imprisonment or death, etc., etc. Here and here.
With these formalities seen to, I would ask the General to leave the room. We shall be choosing the gentleman's attire. An important matter, but one that does not require the General's assistance.
Shame. I might have given you some advice. So long, Geralt. Good luck with your audience.
Thank you. Those scars are brutal.
Feels more like I'm being readied for a wedding.
Were that so, I would have prepared the gentleman a frock, a tailcoat, or possibly a dinner jacket. In point of fact, the gentleman will choose from these garments.
Where are my clothes?
Mute without the E.
With the laundress. They will be returned to you after the audience, clean and starched. The gentleman will tell me once he has chosen an outfit. This might come as news to the gentleman, but the towel wrapped around one's waist is not fitting attire for an audience. The gentleman will kindly dress.
How do I dress?
And they say clothes do not make the man. Does the outfit satisfy the gentleman?
Third time today.
A studded doublet and a sword on my back. That's what would satisfy me. But tough, when in Nilfgaard.
Yes?
It's a saying. So what now? Powder my nose?
No need. The gentleman's complexion is light enough.
Hmm.
The gentleman is to stand before the ruler of the North and South. I must confirm that he knows how to bow.
I am no boor. I know how to bow.
I'm not some boor. I know how to bow.
Please, demonstrate. That, sir, is how you might bow to a whore on a street corner. Not to the Emperor of Nilfgaard.
What's the difference?
Please watch. Leg extended, hand flat, head down, chin to chest. The gentleman will rehearse.
Gotta be kidding.
Not at all. I am mortally serious. Does the gentleman know the penalty for breaches of etiquette in the Emperor's presence? 200 lashes. I do not wish that upon him, so I will not let him leave until I am confident that he knows how to behave.
Behave.
Please, this is neither the time nor the place for such antics. The gentleman will watch carefully. Leg extended, hand flat, head down, chin to chest. The gentleman will rehearse. Lacking fluidity and grace. But we've learned to expect less of Nordlings. Come with me.
Oh, that's funny. But it is time for me to get ready for dinner, so this will be the end of The Witcher 3 today. It is available now on the Xbox Store with the enhancements on sale for $29.99. The complete edition includes the DLC and whatnot. I'll be back tomorrow, 4 o'clock p.m. Pacific, no morning stream. I gotta go run a 10K in the morning. I'll be up super early. I think we're leaving the house at 4:30. Ouch. So I'll be back tomorrow at 4. Sunday, 10 and 4 as well. I'll get that schedule tweeted. Have a great rest of your night. Stay safe and happy gaming.
Nilfgaard's crossed the Pontar in the east. Means war's coming.
War changes everything.
By order of the Hierarch, whosoever conceals a mage in their home shall burn alongside him or her.
Nilfgaard on one bank, Redania on the other, drooling over the city like dogs over a juicy bone.
We are at war, and she's in danger. You will find her and bring her to me.
She's a child of the Elder Blood. I've got to find Ciri.
And if you find her, the girl will die.
Our world will burn! Burn in the eternal fire!
Why are you helping her?
Because she's a danger, a mortal one, a power that can destroy the world.
You must find her, Geralt. Before the Wild Hunt does.
We'll find her, or someone who knows what happened to her. Who are you? You know who I am.
A legend cannot be killed, can it?
The Wild Hunt will be here soon. They're coming for Ciri.
Hold them back!
I've long awaited this, and you, White Wolf.